Hello everybody, we're out on the home build 2021, and this video is going to be about cable, and in particular cable for internet, cable for TV, that sort of thing. We're going to have an underground service, so I'm going to be installing a 1-inch pipe, PVC pipe, schedule 40, and that's what the cable company is going to come and run their cable through. So I got a good amount of ways to go with this, about a total of 260 feet. So fair amount, several bins, but talking with them, I had a consult with the cable company and they said it'd be no problem. So right in this area is about where it's going to start. It's going to rise up. It's going to be right next to the garage, or the right side of the garage door. It's going to be buried right on top of this backfilled gravel. Underneath it, it's got those three lines, the 3-inch PVC power. It's got a water line, and it also has a drain line. So this conduit doesn't have to be buried so deep, but I am going to put it with in about the same elevation as the water line, which is going to be about 2 feet above that power box, or the power line, the 3-inch conduit. So it's going to share a trench just like that. So then I'm going to put some gravel on it, because the ground is, or the backfill of that 2 feet is up and down so bad. I'm going to put some gravel in so it kind of fills in those low points and that sort of thing, and then I'll finish it off with good soil that I can go grass and that sort of thing. So it's going to continue up and around next to that J box, over to there, and then to the power pole. So, and I actually got to turn it up, the power pole, and that sort of thing. So if you're here watching, we're going to be installing underground cable, in particular the conduit for the cable. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and watch the process. All right, so we're out here. I decided I was going to start on the 45, go back that way, with these both glued in and glued up, and figured it was just a great spot to start. You should always start at one end and work your way. I wanted to start here because it kind of changes elevation and whatnot, so figured that would be just fine. It's real close to the end, and then I'll work my way up and around that direction. So these connections that I have and these pipes that I have, they have a coupling on already built in from the factory. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that on, and then I'm going to probably put 2 sections on this end, put 2 sections on the other end, and that way as it climbs up in elevation, I can turn it in such a way to be closest to the ground as possible. So I'm going to put gluing 2 sides together, like giving about a 1/4 turn. Glue both ends as you saw, 1/4 turn. So this particular pipe's not made for water or pressure, so that's not what the intent of it is for. But it works great for electrical and running wiring and that sort of thing through it. So got that in, and then I want to have it, trying not to bury it in the ground on that end, something like this. So when I put it together, and that end down there, I'm gonna have to fill it up with some rock. So yeah, that'll work. Put one more stick on this end. I'm gonna check in it because it almost looked like it took on some rock. So let's see here. A little bit of rock in there. Just one piece, but not too bad. Go ahead and glue this together so I can still spin it. Got these two in. My quarter turn. Try to get it, make sure it's all the way in. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this third stick on right here. And that way this end is for the most part wrapped up, other than a couple other 90s and 45s I made. So right now this trench is about 4 to 5 feet off the edge of the stem wall, running parallel with the stem wall. And therefore on the end, I'm eventually going to have to 45 over to the stem wall and then 90 up, so on the outside. So that'll be done later after the stem wall's in, but it's going to be nice and close. All right, let's go work on that 45 again, tying that other end. Let's see here. About like that. This goes pretty fast, pretty quick. And since it's 1 inch, it's got a little bit of flex in it. You know, so but after I glue it, I'm going to try to keep it down low. Dirt clod. Smaller pipe. You don't have to double dip in your can as much, because it's going to get plenty of glue on there. And that's a good 2 inches a lap there, so I like that. I think that'll work real well, and then we're just going to keep on going. So the more bends you got, like 45s and 90s, the harder it'll be to run your wire through. Okay, but here talking with the cable company, they're not too worried about it. So, that, move on to the next. Got a kind of a little high bend right here. Let's see about moving a little bit of this soil so it goes down a little more. All right, now we're at that point. Got all the conduit in. You can see here for the cable goes over to the power pole, on up the power pole a little bit, and goes down towards that junction box, over around all complete. And the next step is to backfill it with gravel, just to cover the gravel or the pipe. If I just shove dirt straight on it, the underneath it's so up and down, I'd probably end up breaking the pipe. So making sure I put gravel, cover it in gravel first, and then I can backfill it with this soil and really compact it too. So plus I gotta be real careful when I get too aggressive with the compacting of it, because it could still break the pipe. But wanted you to see that's where it is. It doesn't have to be that deep. Right in here, it doesn't bother me too much. Pretty shallow. The rest of it is about at least a foot below the grade. That's a good distance. Right in here is going to be a little shallower, and I can always add some of this dirt right here because I'm gonna have some extra. Put it right there. But that's the end product. I'll go ahead and show you. There's some sections I started. My daughter and my wife, they started backfilling with some gravel, and so you can see how it's covered and that sort of thing. So you can see right here that I started putting some gravel down, getting it covered. This section here, it's all covered and ready for backfill. So that's what it takes. A little more backfill of the gravel and dirt, and then we'll call that phase of the home build 2021 complete. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully you learned something, and if anything, find it slightly entertaining, and that sort of thing. So thanks for joining. If, like always, hit the subscribe button if you like it, if you like the videos. If you want to know more and see more as I'm updating and posting new videos, make sure you hit the bell, hit the like if you like it, and like always, if you got any comments want to share with me, make sure you put the comments in the section. You got to be a subscriber of YouTube in order to do that, but if you are and you like it, it really matters to me. It helps keep me motivated putting these videos on. It's quite an effort to try to do the work, videotape it along the way, edit it, so it takes a lot of time. So I really enjoy and like it if you are putting those comments down and hitting the like button. It keeps me going. So that's a wrap for today on this phase. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.